microphone good? Last time the microphone didn't really.
Well, that's because you kept touching it.
Yes, and everything is working good now. Give everybody a few minutes to come in the room. We just want to chat a few minutes. We've been working our butts off, and I am so tired that I was like, you know what, I am not in a position to do a show about politics, even though all the work we're doing is centered around politics. What are your thoughts? Hey, everybody in the chat room, please be sure to click the like, share, subscribe button. We'll get the conversation going in earnest. Hello on Facebook. Hello, Christopher. Hello to everybody on YouTube and Twitch, all of the platforms. We're not going to stream alone tonight. We do want to kind of update everybody. I think it's more of an update. Anything else? What do you think?
Yeah, update.
You tired?
I'm tired. It was a long but productive day.
It was. Tell us about it. What you can, you know.
I mean, mommy, wife, niece celebrated her birthday today.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Niece.
Just day-to-day phone calls, emails.
All day phone calls.
Coordinating with the team.
Yeah.
Deadlines.
And what do you do?
Everything. I mean,
I was asking for your official title, but your chief operations, you know.
Chief operations officer. I mean, but you can add on homeschool teacher, cafeteria lady. What else? I do it all.
Yeah, you do. One thing I noticed, so we do actually have like some updates in terms of what we're working on and why it's pertinent to you all and why we're even streaming is we are cultivating this this social media space, influencer space, and we are leveraging it for progressive politics, but specifically Black progressive politics. Because our stories are the ones that are not told that often, if at all. And they're definitely rarely told through the lens of Black people.
Yeah.
And they're even more rarely told by Black media companies.
That part.
And so that's the reason we're sharing with you all, because obviously what we've been working on is pertinent to this channel. You've been seeing some of the fruits of it. Let me sit up. I'm tired, but I can sit up. Clickbaity political thirst trap in the mornings. Like, you know, what's wild about that show is that they came to me, and I fell in love after sitting in on their show one show. I sat in on Clickbaity just once, and I was instantly in love, and I haven't been back. I mean, I haven't stopped going back since. And so now they're going to be they're on the channel, right? And they're rocking with us. Rebecca Azor is in the family now. Brian Lewis is in the family now. Shout out to both of them. We got all the producers in the background. David, Jake, Eric, Max. Like we really are piecing together a whole team to bring you all high quality progressive and content that is not only about Black voices, but will most certainly include Black voices, Black stories from Black media. But we obviously, if you watch my channel, you know we cover everything.
Yeah.
So you're tired today from doing all that?
Yes.
You know what I could honestly talk about to get her talking about. If you really want to hear Jada talk, the real reason I invited her on the show was we were supposed to do this on the weekend, and we were talking about how much of an efficient and unbelievable partner you have been.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going.
You've been.
I thought you were going to talk about yourself.
Since I am going to talk about myself. Since I've become a better partner at home.
Yes.
The more I
take on
listened.
Yeah.
The more you corrected or adjusted and tweaked.
I like that.
She adjusted and tweaked. And we did what we had to do. And it was like the pandemic kind of transformed all that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it definitely has. I mean, we're in the house. It's not like we can go anywhere. So we might as well get to the nitty gritty of everything. Who we are as individuals as well as who we are, as a couple. And it's like, it's holiday birthday season for us. So
yes, it is.
on top of doing what I do day to day, I now have to calculate in the holidays, the birthdays, all of that. And so for him to acknowledge,
Was it acknowledged, or was it that you beat me up and took it and got it out of me? No, I'm joking.
potato.
It's same. It's an acknowledgement though.
It's an acknowledgement.
It's an acknowledgement. Okay.
It's an acknowledgement. It's an acceptance.
Yeah, I rock with it.
Of the reality. But it has made us better, and we're still growing.
Sugar Booger says, I love her name. Sugar Booger says that the pandemic was awesome for her marriage. And it's weird. It's like I was talking to this twin.
Sorry.
Yeah, your twin's in the audience. But I was talking to a friend, and they said the pandemic has changed our behavior patterns. Mm-hmm. Everybody. Our behavior patterns have changed. What we do on a daily basis, our daily schedule has changed. Where we go, what we eat, all that's changed. Obviously, what I eat changes because I've been able to lose a little bit of weight in the pandemic. And what we do with our time changes. But what it did for us was it was like either we put up or shut up. Either we're going to make it or we're going to break it. And we figured out how to make it.
Yeah, and now with the pandemic, you kind of realize what's important. Mm. And the fact that we are here healthy, the kids are healthy, some of the things that we disagreed on wasn't really that important.
But it was important for us to understand how to communicate.
Well, yeah, the communication.
To understand that some of those things weren't important.
Correct.
Right.
I'm not talking about the communication. I'm just some of the things that we might have been holding on, quite frankly, since, before we were married, like single stuff. Yeah. That you like, no, this is how I do it, so this is how you should do it.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that. Speak up a little bit. So we're not going to be long tonight because we are literally tired. We've been going
We've been
going since 5 this morning. Yeah. We started at 5, and then we got started again at 7, and we've been going nonstop. And in between, I do want to say this though. One thing I have to say is shout out to everybody who's showing us love on this project. Mm-hmm. I can't drop names yet, and I don't want to drop names because I don't want people to think I'm bragging. But definitely shout out to everyone who's listening and watching, who has been giving us so much support behind the scenes, advice, connecting us, relationships. Mm-hmm. It's been really, really encouraging because I didn't realize how much support I had until I started asking. And if I could say anything as a professional tip, just say what you need.
Yep.
When you get on the phone with somebody, don't waste their time. Don't beat around the bush. Don't second guess your damn self.
Yeah.
Say what you need. Tell them why you need it, and tell them why you think they should help you, and be grateful if they help you, and be grateful if they don't, and then get off the phone. And I'm telling you, every person that I've talked to has just responded so amazingly, and I think it's going to position this media company that we'll announce the name in about 2 weeks. Yeah. This media company is going to really be positioned to amplify voices. And that's what because when I asked you earlier, I asked you if I asked you to talk to the audience about what we do for 10 minutes straight, I wondered what you said. And the very first thing, I wondered what you would say. I asked you that before we started, right? Mm-hmm. And the very first thing that you said was about helping people do what they do and amplify it. Something to that effect. What would you say?
Yeah. To that effect, yes. But creating a space for people to operate in their purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And just to piggyback on what you were saying about being bold, basically, and confident in your ask, I think that for a lot of people is the biggest hurdle.
Joanne.
Hey, Joanne. I think that's the biggest hurdle for some. Just having the courage or the confidence to even, ask those things. Because there's people out there that are just literally waiting for somebody to ask them, whether it's a monetary gift or donation or whatever, or time and effort or a connection. They're just there. They're waiting. Yeah. And I think we build up the
anxiety, inhibition,
because
doubt,
we don't feel like we're worthy. We don't feel like we have the right pedigree, if you will.
imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Yes, that creeps up like
Every
whoa.
day.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't creep up for me anymore. It did.
It
did, but it doesn't anymore. But I do recognize, like, because you're transitioning over into this space from your corporate space, and so but you know, you're rocking with Benjamin Dixon. You're good, right? Right. Tell everybody she's good, right? But she's good even on your own.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But this is what I deal with every day. Every day. 365. But no, absolutely. It is, you know, you're going into a space. Hey, you go into a space where you're confident and you know what you're doing. You've been doing it for 8 years. You can speak it in your sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then transitioning to another area, such as the media company, you're trying to figure out, well, what do I bring to the table, or how does my skill set work for this company? And you know, we talked about that on many occasions. And
but what's crazy though, to interrupt you, because I need to interrupt you there. What's crazy is that can I tell y'all what she told me the other day? Oh my God. Now I'm gonna find a way to finesse this, right?
Yes,
because of what's behind the door.
Yes.
Okay.
But don't forget your thought.
Well, let me get the thought first, and then I'll give you what she said to me the other day. The point is like, the amazing thing is, somebody wants to know what the imposter syndrome is. Imposter syndrome is when you are in a position or a place or a job or a certain level of authority, and you don't believe in yourself or your capability. Like you don't belong. You feel like you don't belong there, or you feel like, you know, you got lucky, or that you're not really the person who deserves this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I had it for a very long time. I mean, when I say very long time, I mean up to like 2 weeks ago. Because up to 2 weeks ago, I didn't even really, like, I knew I had something going on good here, and I knew that we could build something, but I didn't look at my hand to see all the cards. I had the hot hand and all that, but it took that many years for me to finally get rid of the imposter syndrome. So I ain't clouding you. I'm just saying, like, it's funny how that imposter syndrome, like, it, no matter how long I've been doing this and how many people may know me for what I do, I get it. Imposter syndrome is real.
Yeah, no, I'm not offended by it at all. I mean, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. And if I don't meet it head on, or I pretend, because one of the things with imposter syndrome, you will try to be a perfectionist. You will try to overcompensate. You will try to be the end all to the end all, and you burn yourself out.
Now, I can tell them what you said to me. Now, y'all know I have absolutely no shame. I tell y'all entirely too much. That's just part of the reason you trust me, because I tell you far too much information. 90% of you don't need to know. This is in that category, right? So we were figuring something out. Yes. Because we don't really argue. No. But we do figure out.
We have heated fellowship.
And I had got fancy. I got beside myself. And I felt that she was wrong on something. And y'all know how I do when I think somebody's wrong. Ask Jimmy Dore. No, I'm joking.
Listen, don't start anything on my...
While you on air?
Yeah, like,
So when I think you're wrong, I'm going to say something. Of course I'm going to say something to my wife, but I said it with just a little bit too much bass in my voice. And y'all, this black woman said to me, no, like she did this. This was her expression. She said, I'm going to need you to watch your tone. I said, oh, really? You need me to watch my tone? I shut my mouth and sat on the ground. And I said, I'm going to watch my tone. I ain't no fool. My mama ain't raised no fool. But I say that to say, like, you know, if you want to know if there's anybody in the world who can just tell Ben to shut the hell up, there's not a single person in existence on Twitter, I can tell you that much. So if y'all want to get Ben to shut up, don't contact her, because we're not make sure nobody got her information. But if you can get word to her to tell her to pull my coattail, I'll shut up, because I ain't no fool. Because when you have a peaceful household, I finally realized, you know, grown men have been, probably just waiting for that day when I realized I'm not really the boss of this house. I think that's ultimately what I had to grow into. And when I realized that I'm not really the boss of this house, all of a sudden you started blossoming just like a butterfly out of a cocoon. Like, you started ascending, you just started glowing and radiating, brilliance and confidence. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Have I been the problem all this time?
No, I'm just playing. No. I don't know. It's just, it's literally a journey. Like, I had no clue that I would be learning things about myself, learning things about him.
I'm laughing, but I'm really crying because she told me to shut the hell up that day, boy, and I respected it. And I'm like, I appreciate it. Because it's good when you, listen, folks, y'all know I'm an arrogant asshole. I get it. So you got to have at least one person in your life that can tell you to shut the hell up and sit down.
Nicely, in a very southern way.
You weren't too nice. You were dead ass.
I was.
You were like, I'm going to need you to watch your tone.
Well, because I think.
I actually really liked it, though, by the way.
I think sometimes, there was a meme on Facebook, and it says, people take the quiet person as just being nice and kind of run over them. But literally,
Show King says, this is TMI. You must be new to the channel, bruh. I give you too much information all the goddamn time. I tell you all the stuff that you could probably weapon. See, the way I figure it, folks, is if I just say everything here, it's already on the record. People search for it, and then when they want to cancel me, I already told you on there. So go ahead. What you saying?
No, I was reading that super chat. So once.
No, I didn't start talking again when she left. I only speak. Oh, funny story. For all the people I called today, if any of you are watching, I only call on orders from Jada at this point. Really? Because I go into her office. And then today, can I tell you this other thing? I went to her office today because now she has her office. That's why I'm out here. She kicked me out. No, she didn't kick me out of my office. I'm lying.
Okay.
But I went to her office today, which is a shared space, obviously. It's yours. And then I just left to go to return a phone call. And she came out and said, "Well, how'd you put it?" You're like,
I wasn't done yet.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to ask permission to leave this meeting?
Yes. Listen,
it's beautiful.
I'm glad that you have.
I need that though.
The space to do your shows and to make these phone calls.
But in your house, but in this business.
No, in my lane of operations, there's certain things that need to be done. So if I have to tell you,
I cut her off I run this stream though. Danny said, "Ben, let her talk." No, I don't run this house. But goddamn it, I run this stream. I cut off. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that is a conversation that Ben and I have more often than not. It for me, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna let you get it all out, and then I'm gonna say my thing. And then if you cut me off, well, you didn't want the answer to the question.
Oh, even better. Like, so here's the catch. Here's the gag. I tell you more than you need to know, but actually, no, it's exactly the amount that you need to know, because when I tie it all in together at the end, most of the time people are like, oh, right. And a lot of people, when I give examples and I'm making a point or argument about politics or whatever, I'll use personal examples so that I can highlight it. And then sometimes the personal examples will be like when we were in poverty. And so people are like, yeah, don't tell people about you've been in poverty kind of stuff. And I get that. I get that because there's like prestige and there's the how people look at you. People don't want to know that you ever report. Really, in America, people don't want to know, so they think that's too much information. But sometimes I think we miss epiphanies because we're trying to hide so much. I think when we try to hide something, you got something totally different on your mind. I'll get to you in a couple seconds.
I agree, but I want to,
Okay. I think when we try to hide certain things, we miss opportunities for like new revelations and opportunities. And the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because quite literally, if you don't have somebody in your life that can challenge you, that can tell you to be quiet and listen, and I don't know what kind of personality you are, so maybe you don't need that, but my personality needed that. And because we matched that, we didn't learn that aspect of our marriage until the pandemic. Would you agree? And now everything has been turning around, right? Financially, family, business-wise, everything. And so the missing element really was, to what extent do I just straight out listen to somebody, and that somebody was you? I don't have to tell her that. She knows that. Okay. That said, you were about to, when I said people think it's too much information or they don't like to tell, you sound like there was something that you had in your head. Like you were like to respond.
Yes, I'm going to come back to that. But to respond to being able to tell you to watch your tone is for my sanity and for my emotional and mental safety. Because oftentimes we hold things in so we don't affect the other person, but within yourself, you're going through turmoil and stress and anxiety.
You eating it all by yourself.
And you're creeping around this person, and they have no clue.
I was that person.
They have no clue as to what's really going on, because you're like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. Nope, even if you said it with a little attitude, she said she was fine.
Yeah.
But to your point about,
she moved it. She moved my Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, I moved it. Sorry,
it's back there now.
I feel like I'm my mom now. I move every other week. I move furniture.
Somebody wanted to know what type. They saw us in suggestions and wanted to know what type of content we produce. Oh, here it is. Pestilent L. I don't know if you're still in the chat room, but our channel produces progressive media, leftist media, liberation media, black media, and just really all around dope ass content. To be honest with you, just scroll through and check out the morning shows and whatnot. It's dope. Go ahead.
No, to the question, something around not being or telling too much information. I think.
Somebody said we should do couples therapy. Nick said no. Mrs. Dixon should get her own show on couples therapy. That's fine.
Listen, I'm just saying.
I'm not above it.
But no, just trying to get my thoughts. So yes, I hear you, people in the internet, social media space, about TMI and not putting everything out there. But for Ben and I, before we even entertain a company, before we entertain the idea of working together, before we entertain the idea of me coming on here with you all and having this conversation, we agreed that we were going to be transparent.
Yeah.
Transparent, not for our sake, but more so for other people's sake. Because I think we often talk about how we're late bloomers and how we just kind of had to figure things out. And part of that journey of figuring things out, I wish I would have had somebody to say to me, okay, girl, it's okay. if you can't do X, Y, and Z while juggling a husband and kids and moving and all these different things, it's okay. To me, it's beneficial. Now, if you choose not to take part of that information, that's fine. But I find some value in that, and I recommend that, if you could be a blessing or an encouragement to someone else, definitely do that, because there are some people out there who need to see that.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to hold it in or trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay, so before we keep going and before we run too late, because we're not going to be long, I want to do a couple things. Tomorrow night is our monthly Ask Me Any Question. It's different than Ask Me Anything. Ask Me Anythings are really like personal. We're doing this now. This is the personals you need to get with this. But tomorrow night I'll be doing an Ask Me Any Question, any political question. We did it a month ago and it was absolutely amazing. So that's open to all Twitch subscribers and patrons. And if you are a super chat contributor, I would like for you to connect with both David and Jake. And you can reach them. Well, now I guess we kind of know the email. David, y'all still have the Progressive Army emails, don't you? So get Jake and David at progressivearmy.com. If you are a super chat individual who's given any super chat amount this month, I don't care what it was. I don't care if you gave $1. If you're a super chat giver, please email David or Jake at progressivearmy.com, and they will make sure that you get the link to the Zoom tomorrow night. That's number one. A couple more announcements, and then we get out of here. Happy birthday to Patricia. You commented on one of our videos and mentioned that your birthday was Monday, so we are showing you love to Patricia. Hey. Correction from this morning's clickbaity stream. The Don Lemon, Michael Eric Dyson segment took place prior to Biden's audio being leaked. Our comments did not apply, as Dyson did yet have the opportunity to hear the audio. This is written so well, David. Wow, this is great. This is the best apology I ever gave. And going forward, we will not be playing user-submitted clips without reviewing off air first. So, to everyone who was disappointed that we got it wrong this morning on Michael Eric Dyson, we apologize. We're going to get it right. We pride ourselves on integrity and accuracy. And so when we mess up, we will fess up. And that's all the notes I have for you. Oh, anything? Cool. So that's anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here? We've been streaming for 26 minutes. Maybe we do another 5 minutes or so.
Sure. I don't know. You put me on the spot.
Well, I've said we covered everything. What about things to come? You excited?
I am excited. I will say, in the midst of planning and executing different things, it's still kind of surreal. Yeah. That it's happening, and it's like, oh wow, wait, we got a whole situation about to drop. And see, he sat up on that part. I think he got more to say, so we'll see.
I'm listening.
And so it's just interesting. No matter the amount of meetings we have, no matter the amount of training or connecting or networking that we must do, like it just amazes me where we started and where we are now in such a short period of time, as well as what we have projected. Oh, they were delicious.
I didn't have any, but I heard they were excellent.
Yes, you did. You had some of the peanut butter.
Oh, I did have a small piece of the peanut butter.
Yes.
See, well, it was just enough to be underneath my carb count, but it was good.
We're not gonna tell stories to your friend.
I'm just
saying.
It was a little piece, though.
Recognize that you had the peanut butter. All right. So.
So I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I had a little piece. Okay.
I lost my train of thought, but good things to come. Super excited about it, and can't wait to show and tell with everyone. And we thank you for.
It's a media company. It's a black media company.
Yeah.
It is a black media company that focuses on amplifying voices that you don't normally hear. Mm-hmm. It is a black media company that is going to have video content. Our website will be up soon with articles, podcasts. We have a book that's been published. Mm-hmm. We have really documentarians. And the dope thing is that these are all people that I've known over the years that are really, really talented. And if you want to know what the secret sauce is take care of labor.
Oh, absolutely.
This is why I get really, really, really passionate. Absolutely. When somebody challenges my progressive bona fides, is that what is taking us the longest is that we are in a constant negotiation to make sure that the people who work with us are well taken care of, and
that they know that their voice is valued, right? Yeah. Like we're not just. I mean, of course, there's a structure for us to maintain for years to come. But within that structure, we encourage them to have a voice, a concept of who they are and who they want to become and how that fits within the company, as well as providing them opportunities to maybe stretch that concept to be even greater.
Even greater, right?
Yeah.
And I think what I've learned over seven years of doing 6 years of doing the independent media, about 15 years of doing production, marketing, and all those different aspects. I've learned how to be efficient. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to say it. To be efficient and to not to waste, because the working people of this country can't afford us to waste money.
Absolutely.
And because the working people of this country can't afford us to waste money, we are running unbelievably efficient, unbelievably lean, and we're going to always run efficient. We're going to always run lean. We're not going to waste money on big ticket names and all that kind of foolishness. No, we're going to run efficiently because we are literally doing this for liberation.
Yeah. And to add to that, if you all recall, some may not, I don't know if you listened to the previous videos I did with Ben, but we literally started in a place where we didn't have the money. We didn't have the money for the company. We didn't have the money to maintain household everyday life, right? And so where we are now is where we eventually want our team to be, right? And we get it. So for me, it boils down to, if I was working for me, it would be, well, can they really relate? Can they really understand? Right. Can they grasp what this means for me? This is not just some, regular Joe Schmo job where I want to just retire
or jobs that exploit you, jobs that know that they are making $200,000 off of you.
Yeah.
And only paying you $30,000.
That part,
right? Jobs that know. So we probably spent, I don't know, a week with accountants and with our attorneys and with ourselves trying to figure out how do we take care of the people who are taking care of this business. And I put more time into that than my progressive bona fides are rock solid, and they will always be. So that's just because it's who we are. It's literally why we do this. It's literally why my wife allowed us, because you clearly allowed us. I couldn't make you, but to struggle for a period because you knew why I was struggling.
Yeah.
And we didn't know how the struggle was going to end, but we knew why we were struggling because we really believed what we said. And now that we're in a position to do this media thing to amplify other voices, it's like, of course we're going to take care of people who are with us first and foremost, even to our own financial detriment. Like it is easy to fall prey to capitalism and say, oh, I need to maximize my profits. No, you don't. Because that type of attitude will ensure that you're not efficient in terms of how you deliver for your team and in terms of how you deliver for the people. And because our clients ultimately are the people, in my opinion.
No, absolutely. I mean, we're setting a standard of setting a standard to show that it can be done.
Yeah.
Some people feel like you can't have both. You can't treat your employees well and still have a viable company.
Right.
And hopefully we're able to set that standard.
And ours is really like, it's a microcosm because we have a really small team, right?
Yeah.
But it's scalable. We can grow and as we grow, the team grows, and the model can sustain them and sustain us. And so,
and it's just like if your team is happy.
Yeah, exactly.
If your team is happy and they get it, they get the vision, they understand the need to sacrifice now for the gain later. Yeah. And their voices are being heard, then they're more prone to actually going above and beyond for the vision. And that's what we want. We want to build a company with a certain
ethos.
Yeah.
Culture.
Exactly.
culture, and we focus a lot. And again, like, it's small, but it's impactful, right? The fact that you all are here, it's impactful. The fact that we have 1,000 people just about every night, we have 1,000 people every single day. We have millions of people who watch our content. It is impactful. So if it's small, it doesn't matter the size. It matters this is impactful, and it really is a jumping off point. And you all are a critical part of it, which is why we do these streams every now and then. And you said something that I want to close on. You said if the people you work with are happy, how'd you put it? Like, you want to, like, the company can thrive if the people are thriving? Is it?
Basically, if the people are happy and they feel like their voices are being heard and their efforts are being celebrated, they're more likely to go above and beyond for the company and making it viable and growing. And
similarly, like I said, it's okay if I end there?
That's fine.
Because I told you guys, there's never too much information that I share that isn't meant to be poignant. I don't have a fetish for telling my business. Just similarly, if my partner is happy and satisfied and fulfilled and respected, no, I'm serious. Like,
no,
this is this double entendre of satisfied. Yeah. Okay. We're all adults here. I messed up. I said satisfied. We do that too. But anyway, if my partner in my relationship is fulfilled in that same way, well, now we see the fruits of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what you're saying for the business is true because it was true for what we're doing in our marriage. Yeah. So there was a lot to learn, a lot to grow. Like I said, 10 years in the pandemic. It's probably what we're going to call this podcast. That's how it took us. It took us to learn how to be married and to, like, get it better. I don't know if we're getting it right, but we're definitely getting it better.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a right or wrong way of handling marriage. I think it's individual and subjective.
Franco called us sinners. All right, well, we're going to log off. We're going to put these kids to bed. I'll leave the rest for your imagination. See you guys later. Is that even worse?
No, I have people on here that I know. It's all right.
We lying because we sleepy. We about to go watch Real Housewives or something, or Lucifer or something. We done for today.
Oh, and then you would say Lucifer.
What? It's the TV show.
I know, but it goes with,
detective.
being cynical. See?
What is your desire, detective? I can't do the accent. See you all tomorrow. Be sure. I don't know how many people we have via Twitch, so maybe I'll slow down a second and give the producers time to do a raid. So if there are enough people on Twitch, David, go ahead and do a raid. We'll read a couple more questions for about 5 more minutes while you all do the raid, and then we'll end the stream. So again, tomorrow night is the Ask Me Any Question. Ask Me Any Question, which is political. If you want to participate and you've given any amount in Super Chats, I don't care if you gave 50 cents in Super Chat, please contact David and Jake. You can get them both at david@progressivearmy.com and Jake at progressivearmy.com. They will get you the link. And just do that. And we'll love to see you at the Ask Me Anything. And as long as we have you on the list, you will always get the links to, like, the patron parties and everything else that we're doing. Did we raid? Good night to all you, Michael. Everybody give somebody some love in the chat room. Give everybody a good night. Good night, everyone. Good to see you. And thank you for joining in and listening to us. And we were going to see. Let me go to this chat. Okay, 1 second. He said, give me 1 more second. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. This is episode 1000.
Oh.
Get the hell out of here. Somehow I managed to do episode 1000. So let's do this. I'm going to do the patron party with you. It's not a whole bunch of names, but it's enough. Let's do this so you can hear the music. Do you guys hear the feedback? All right, here we go. We're going to do the patron party. You want to read them? Or you can't see? Okay. She can't see.
But I'll shout. I'll be like, woohoo.
You'll be excited. Where's my patron party music? Let's do it. Here we go.
Go to www.patreon.com/The BPD Show and get twice the content and unfiltered interviews without any of the commercial interruptions.
Here we go. At this point in every single episode, I'd like to take a minute to thank the people who make the show possible, our patrons. Very special welcome to Kimberly B. Thank you for becoming a patron. Lauren B. Thank you for becoming a patron. Sure is Tim. Thank you for becoming a patron. Ursa Major, thank you for subscribing on Twitch. BDG, thank you for subscribing on Twitch. But very special thank you to Thunder Voice and Siscat. Thank you all for supporting on Twitch. You too can become a part of this prestigious and prodigious patron family by going to patreon.com/The BPD Show, where you get twice the content, sometimes all the time, unfiltered interviews, uninterrupted, no commercials, and you give me the ability to speak power into the powerless, whether the powerful like it or not. Do you hear me?
Welcome back to The Benjamin Dixon Show. Visit us online at thebenjamindixonshow.com.
Check me out. All right, y'all. We are at the end. We are at the end of the episode. I have a lot of super chats to read. I think I read all the super chats that were live. Let me make sure I didn't miss any live super chats, and then we will get out of here. Where is my link? There it is. No, that's not it. Anyway, I do think we're going to call super chats. I'm going to read super chats. If I missed you, please forgive me. We'll catch you next time, tomorrow night. Ask me any question. Jada, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, people.
We'll see everybody next time. Take care.